This is the Mont Alpi MAi805-BSS 44-inch 6-burner black stainless steel modular outdoor kitchen island barbecue grill, and I've been cooking on it long enough to know what's great, what's quirky, and what you should watch for. I'll keep it straight and practical so you can decide if it fits your space and how you like to cook. Key features that matter to me start with the build and the layout. The body is 304 stainless steel with a black finish, which is the grade I look for outside because it fights rust better than the cheaper stuff. The countertops are a white composite that looks like granite. Composite just means it's crushed stone and resin pressed into a slab. It's tough, easy to wipe, and lighter than real stone. The contrast between the black steel and white tops looks sharp and modern and instantly makes a patio feel finished. The full width is about 94 inches. Depth is 23 inches, counter height is 35 inches, and the hood sits around 46 inches closed and roughly 60 inches open. It's a big unit, and it feels substantial. The setup is refreshingly simple. It ships in modules that are basically ready. I just lined up the pieces and bolted them together with a screwdriver. The caster wheels glide smoothly, then lock, and the leveling feet help when the patio isn't perfectly flat. Storage is real, not an afterthought. Drawers and cabinets actually hold tools, charcoal tray, foil, and a cutting board. There's a bottle opener on the fascia, which sounds minor, but it's one less thing to dig for when you're juggling tongs. From my experience, the only hassle was the unboxing. The modules are heavy, and mine arrived strapped to the pallet in a way that hid some access points, which made the first half hour more annoying than it needed to be. The packing tape also left residue I had to soak and scrape off. Cooking performance is the headline. You get 6 main stainless burners over a 38 by 18-inch grill area, about 990 square inches total, plus a ceramic infrared side burner and a ceramic infrared rear burner for the rotisserie. Total output is listed at 115,000 BTU. BTU is just a heat capacity number. Higher means more potential heat. Here, it translates into fast searing, strong heat recovery when you open and close the hood, and enough real estate to cook for a crowd. The heat is managed by sear plates, sometimes called flame tamers. Those are the shields above the burners that spread heat and help prevent flare-ups. The hood is double-lined, which basically keeps heat in and protects the outer shell from discoloration. On the practical side, the electronic ignition lights quickly and reliably. The knobs glow blue when off and flip to red when a burner is on, which is helpful at night. Inside the grill, 2 halogen lights wash the cook surface so you can see doneness without fighting with a flashlight or patio lamp. The side burner is a proper infrared unit that gets blazing hot for steakhouse sears or wok-style pan work. The rear infrared burner works with the included rotisserie. The 120-volt motor is rated at 4 watts and has handled birds up to around 15 to 18 pounds with no strain. The warming rack is handy for toasting buns and staging food when you're running multiple courses. From my experience, the cooking results are excellent once you learn the zones. Steaks and chops sear cleanly on the infrared burner, and the main grill holds steady temps for burgers, fish, and vegetables. The rotisserie setup produces juicy, self-basted chicken with crackly skin. I also added the charcoal tray for smoke flavor on ribs. It takes a little fiddling to get the airflow right, but it's worth it. If you're new to some of these terms, infrared just means a burner that radiates intense direct heat through a ceramic surface for fast searing. Flame tamers are metal plates that sit over the burners to spread heat and keep grease off the flame. And double-lined hood is simply 2 layers of metal with an air gap, which captures heat better. I run mine on propane, and preheat is quick, but not instant. With a big cookbox like this, plan a few extra minutes before launching into high-heat searing. Converting to natural gas is straightforward with the separate kit if you prefer a fixed line. Now for the part I wish I didn't have to say. In my opinion, the biggest vulnerability is the internal electrical system when you push the grill to high searing temperatures. From my experience, running it around 600-degree FOs with the halogen lights on LED to heat soaking in the firebox area that softened the wire insulation for the lighting circuit. The result was a short and a dead light system. I've seen this more than once over long-term use. The outside is tough as nails, but the wiring inside could use better heat shielding and routing away from the hottest zones. I've learned to keep the internal lights off during max heat sears, and I added a small length of high-temp sleeving to the affected wire runs. Not ideal, but it's a workaround. Other small quirks. I noticed grease wicking out of the seam where the grill head meets the countertop after heavy cooks. A thin bead of high-temp food-safe caulk solved it. Over time, I also had one halogen bulb fail and replaced it with a like-for-like part. Support has been a mixed bag. Retailers were responsive and helpful on simple parts and follow-ups. Direct manufacturer support for the wiring issue felt slow and not especially solutions-focused. Your mileage may vary, but I'd factor retailer reputation into your buying decision. Care is simple if you build it into your routine. The front grease tray pulls out, which makes cleanup less of a chore. The black stainless finish likes a light wipe with an oil-based spray, even something like WD-40, to lay down a thin moisture barrier. Inside, wiping burners and flame tamers with a touch of cooking oil after cleaning keeps them protected. The white composite tops wipe clean easily. One important note, resin-based composites can yellow over years of UV exposure. It's not instant, but it's a known behavior. The included cover comes in sections that zip together, and using it consistently is worth the extra minute. It protects the finish and helps preserve the countertop color. It's perfect for someone who wants the look and feel of a built-in outdoor kitchen without hiring contractors. The modular sections mean you can move it when you need to, yet it still feels permanent and premium. The casters roll easily, the locks are solid, and the leveling feet make it feel planted. If you're placing it on a deck, be mindful of the weight. It's listed around the mid-600-pound range before you load it with propane and accessories. Measure your patio as well. At 94 inches wide, it needs breathing room on the sides to feel comfortable. In my opinion, the Mont Alpi MAi805-BSS nails the core grilling experience, looks fantastic, and makes setup almost painless. From my experience, the cooking power, the size, and the included rotisserie and lighting make it a complete station for weeknight dinners and bigger gatherings. The gap is the heat tolerance of the internal wiring when pushed hard, plus some inconsistency in support depending on who you contact. If you go in knowing that, it's a very satisfying grill to own and cook on. I'd recommend this for design-minded buyers who want serious heat, a clean modern look, and the flexibility of a modular island. If you cook at extreme temps often, consider simple heat management habits. Preheat with the hood down, keep the internal lights off during max heat sears, and give it a minute to cool before flipping everything to high again. If you can connect to natural gas, the steady fuel supply is a nice upgrade. As for the warranty, it's a limited policy with specific terms, so I suggest reading the current document before purchase to understand what's covered and for how long. In conclusion, this grill delivers the premium presence and the performance I wanted, with a couple of caveats that are manageable if you're aware of them. It makes outdoor cooking feel organized, powerful, and fun. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more honest gear reviews and backyard cook tests, and drop your questions or your own experiences in the comments. Thank you for watching.